Hey guys, I just wanted to give you an update on what's been going on. It's probably been about a month and a half, I don't know, something like that, since I last posted a video. We've still been going out riding every week, at least once a week, usually sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. But I've been real lazy. I've been working on trying to tune Windy Testaberger, put a different carb on her for various reasons. I won't get into that. Put a brand new carb on her and had to jet her really stupid fat. I'm at a 180 main and I believe it's 70 pilot, and my air screw doesn't work at all. It's turned all the way in. So I still have to go bigger on the pilot apparently. Been having a weird vibration. It cuts out mid throttle, 4th and 5th gear. You get up into the upper RPM range and it has a flame out. But also at the same time, it's been running on. And I've changed the coil, I've changed the CDI, I've gone in the jetting, and it seemed that the bog and then die situation that I'm having, the fatter I went, the farther up the RPM range the bike's usable. So I don't think there's anything detrimentally wrong to the bike. I just think there's tuning issues that are just boggling me right now. I'm hoping to get suspension built and the top end done, and I'll do the bottom end myself, and hopefully the crank's in good shape, but hopefully within the next couple weeks. So I put brand new reeds in there. I put another set of reeds in there. They're dual stage now, which I like the dual stage better because you get low end and mid, and it gives you a little over rev too, which works real well, complements the F&F fatty pipe that I have. So anyway, she's all stripped down. She's going to get degreased. She's already been sitting in Simple Green, but I'm going to brush her off and things like that. And then in a couple days, it's Wednesday the 4th, a couple days on Saturday, I'll be hopefully giving her a nice bath with a pressure washer for the first time, so that'll be cool. But I'm hoping to change a lot, and I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on in the interim. I wanted to say a few things about some of the problems that TJ's been having with his 97 YZ. He was having a real bad problem, and you probably caught that in the last video at Hayfield, where he was having a problem. I mentioned shifting. His shifter kept stripping out, and he swore up and down it was the shifter itself that was stripping out. And so he went through 4 or 5 of them. I don't know how many, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Anyway, I told him, better have a good look at that shift shaft. And no, there's spines on it. They're all there. They both thought they were there. And quite honestly, being down on the bike like that, underneath, back behind stuff, it looked like the splines were there. So, I'm not going to give him shit about that, because, it looked like every single one of them splines were there. Well, he decided he was tired of having these problems, and decided to get a new shift shaft. Popped his clutch cover off and replaced it one day. So he pulls out the old shift shaft, and sure enough, all the splines are there, but instead of being a nice, solid shaft for something to mount to, at the very end it was very tapered, so there was nothing for the shift lever to grab to, so the shaft did end up being stripped basically. So anyway, he's got that fixed now, and it's been 1 or 2 rides or something like that, and I think so far it's doing well, as far as I can remember. We've done a few things, TJ put a new back tire on, I put a new back tire on, Cody put chain and sprockets on his Honda, and he likes it. He says it gives it a little more bottom end, a little more pull, And I finally rode his bike, and yeah, it feels a lot different than mine, obviously, but yeah, 450 is where it's at, man. There's a lot of power, and his suspension, man, that's really what put me, I guess, in a funk for the last week or two since I have ridden it. I think it's been a week ago. Not even that. I think it was Saturday. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of put me in a funk over my suspension because mine is just trash and it doesn't feel the way his does. And it seems like the faster I went on his bike, the better the suspension felt, and it rode like a Cadillac compared to mine. So hoping to fix that soon. I'm probably going to do my forks myself, with help from the guys. But I'm going to send the shock in. And again, with help from the guys, I'm going to do the bottom end. Even if there's a crank issue, I'll buy a crank, hopefully, if this all works out. And I'm just going to send the top end out to Eric Gore. Have him punch it over to 265, modify the power valve to work with it, and his porting, and it also gets a port job to match, and a little head work for $650. So for $650 to get head work, and then a ported top end from a reputable guy who's been in the business, gosh, he claims to have touched at the time, and this was previously, over 50,000 cylinders that he's ported himself. Not just touched, haha, there it is, but touched it and did work on it. And he ports all the cylinders through his business. He does it himself, so well worth the $600. He's the guy that does, their company does the CR500 motors into the aluminum frames. And I guess this is a very reputable motor build. So 265, it's just a bit over a 250, but it'll be ported, which is the important part. It'll have way more power than I ever need. I think this thing was supposedly 47 from the factory, 47 horsepower, so maybe it'll have right around there again. 40 to 50 is fine with me, as long as it runs good. I think with a 265 ported motor, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to get to the top of Bowl. The face leading up to it, which is my goal right then. And then we've been back to $100 Hill, and there's no way I can do it without suspension. There's no way I can try it because it's just, I'll film it next time and I'll talk about it a little bit. But there's just no way I can try it right now. My skill level sucks. And part of that is because I don't have a good enough suspension and my motor's not tip-top shape for me to learn properly. I'm learning backwards, I feel. So anyway, hopefully that'll get better. And if I'm able to go through with the suspension and motor rebuild, then that motor should get me to the top of the face to Bowl. And then once I get up there, I'll be happy with that, and I'll head over to $100 Hill and start hitting some of the faces over there. So I'm really liking this hill climbing thing. It's something that's easier to learn for me because it's pretty much getting on the bike and a lot of body English, hanging on to the bike with your legs and things like that, and moving around and things like that. But it's a lot easier to learn when you're going uphill because you can go fast and it doesn't seem stupid fast because you're going uphill. So, anyway, looking forward to good things. We're all changing stuff. You may see some parts hanging in the background. It's Cody's transmission. Got his Honda back in town, and we decided to paint a few things. Way over there is his valve cover. The valve cover came out great. We painted, I'm in the process of beginning to paint TJ's 357, Taurus 357. We painted Cody's Taurus 9mm and his holster, and yeah, that's been about it. So I'll keep you updated. Hopefully, you know, like I said, we'll get a few things worked out. At the very least, you know, hopefully I'll put a little bit of money into her and tune her up and get her going. But I'm hoping for a rebuild. So yeah, we'll get back at you and we'll let you know.